Ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy, the Hungry Hornet. Welcome to another YouTube video, live from the M4. Yeah, baby, here we are. We're in the third overtaking lane. Yes, on a very boring motorway. So I thought I'd fire up the camera and talk motorcycles. And today's video is actually about shoulder checks or lifesavers, whichever one you want to call it, Now, a lot of motorcyclists get a bit confused, I think, with shoulder checks. The idea is obviously you're supposed to look over your shoulder, but how far over your shoulder are you supposed to look? Right, so we want to go into the middle lane now, right? Because obviously it's clear to go in the middle lane, we shouldn't be in the third. So look at our mirrors, we can see there's a car there. We signal, mirror, check, move in. That's what it's about, baby. That's all you got to do. Shoulder checks are quite easy. You can make them quite rapid. You can make them quite focused. So the idea is you've got to snap into your shoulder check and make sure that you do your movement pretty much as soon after you've shoulder checked. And shoulder checking becomes, you know, second nature. So mirrors, signal, shoulder check, go. It's quite a simple part of riding a motorcycle, shoulder checking. But a lot of people can get confused, like, when do I do it? Do I do it before? Do it before the mirror, signal, then? You don't have to do a double shoulder check, but I know examiners on the test like the idea of a double shoulder check for some reason sometimes. Like when you're doing the U-turn, you got a shoulder check before you shoulder check or some shit like that, so I can't remember. But yeah, just get used to the idea that your head is not static, it's not straight on. Your mirrors, signal, shoulder check, move. There we are. Mirrors, signal, shoulder check, move. There you go. Nice and simple. I thought this would be perfect road to discuss that particular side of the motorcycle business, if you like, because it can get, you know, there's a lot of traffic, so you can do a lot of overtaking and going back into lanes. So there's no big secret to shoulder checking. And I don't know if it deserves a whole entire video, but it's just a bit of practice. So, you know, it's just looking, knowing where your mirrors are, checking and go. So the idea is when you look that way, you're checking your blind spot, yeah? So you're checking your blind spot, and you're also giving other road users an indication of what you're planning to do at that current moment in time. So if you don't do a lot of movement, you don't do a lot of looking, road users will just think you're going straight. You don't need to, like, literally decapitate your head to have a shoulder check. Well, I'm just over exaggerating them for the video because they won't turn out, they won't look that great on the video. Like if you just do like a glancing shoulder check, most people just, this suffices, that movement. But it's also mirrors, so you're looking at your mirror, but you can also maneuver yourself, crouch down a bit more, move back to see a bit more of your mirrors, because obviously the Hornet has terrible mirrors. I think everyone will agree with that. You can't really see behind you very well. So yeah, it's a combination of mixing those two things together to make the better like hazard perception that you can, or the best hazard perception you can, if you like. Doesn't take much, you know, doesn't take much effort. It just takes getting used to. The idea is you've got to get used to checking continuously. A lot of people can be a bit lackadaisical, just check there. They can check, look, we'll do this, right? So we'll check our mirrors now. See, there's a car coming, that black car there, right? Right, check it. Right, now let's say we don't check our mirrors, and we're like, alright, oh, there he is. See? So it's very much, it's the reason they call it a lifesaver is because it is one. It can literally take you out of a bit of a bind. So, you know, there's that aspect to it. So you've always got to be wary of, you know, your surroundings. A shoulder check can be the difference of you not realising someone's sidled up right beside you. It also works that way as well. So let's say you're in like town commuting area, cyclists will come straight up beside you, so you always need to be looking, right? And the way you angle your mirrors is important as well. Angling your mirrors a certain way to be able to see everything. It's nice. It's a nice day though, isn't it? Very nice. So yeah, shoulder checking is very important. A lot of beginners kind of struggle and they think they need to do this. They need to do a shoulder check, signal, mirror, shoulder check, and then move in. You don't need to do that, you know. And a shoulder check doesn't have to be too excessive as well. Just to, you know, like that. you can see, but obviously the more you extend your head back, the more you can see. So if there's someone coming up beside you for an undertake, for instance, you'll be able to see that. Now when you start riding a bike, you get all of it, like, you know, looking. Now that's good. Having, look, you can see like we've got two bikers here that are coming. They're in the fast lane, so we're going to move on. Let them go in the middle. Oh, they're brothers. Nice. Oh, they're fucking, they're bloody motorcycle hooligans. Am I allowed to overtake them? I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube where you're not allowed to overtake these motorcycle guys. They're wearing cuts and everything. I'm scared. Anyway, yeah. So you've got to look where you're going. That's all it is. That's all this video serves. The purpose of this video is whether or not you can look or need to look and how to look. Those guys aren't doing many shoulder checks, you can see that. Well, yeah, just like have a look. Let me know what you guys think. What's your thoughts on how you should shoulder check? How many times should you shoulder check? What's the observation mirror signal maneuver? Is that it? Observation mirror signal maneuver? Signal maneuver? You know what I'm trying to say. What's the procedure? Let me know what how you guys feel about shoulder checking and what you do when you're shoulder checking, etc, and how you do it. And has a shoulder check saved your life? Because it certainly has for me. I've definitely gotten very close to being splat due to me not, you know, I did a shoulder check, but I'm moving as I'm shoulder checking. Sometimes it's a bad habit, so you got to stay firm, then move. And sometimes I do this where I'm moving into it and I'm like, whoa. So yeah, don't do that. Don't start moving before your shoulder check or during. Move after it. That's the whole point. It's clear, move. You didn't need me to tell you that, and you didn't need a 10-minute video to tell you that, but hey ho, here we go. We're here for the entertainment. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe and comment below your thoughts. Until the next time, I have been the hungriest of hornets, partaking in all the shoulder checks necessary. Until next time, ta-ta!